An amazing 1950s Stalinist Empire railway station of Vyborg. Unfortunately, the original Vyborg railway station was destroyed in the years of World War II and after World War II. So they are constructed this one. However, this one is pretty nice, pretty nice. So-called Stalinist Empire, Stalinist neoclassicism. Okay, yes, I'm in Viborg. This is Leningrad region. It's like, I don't know, 100 about that kilometers from St Petersburg and only 38 kilometers from the border with Finland. This is Viborg. Hello everybody, my name is Sergey Baklikov. You're watching Baklikov Live. Here the live streams every day on a widest variety of topics. Together with me here is Albina. Albina, say hi. Albina. Hi. My wife Albina Baklikova, Victoria. She is staying at home and just having her rest after school. Let's go. Прекрасный день, awesome day. The sun plus 5 degrees Celsius. When you're getting off the railway station, here is the parking. The parking for about 200 cars. I think most of these cars are not the cars of the guys who go away somewhere. It's probably the guys who are working nearby and they park their cars here. Look at the facades. This is the facades of the railway station. 1707 local time. Here is the same time as in St. Petersburg, as in Moscow. РЖД, Российские железные дороги, Russian railways. Viborg. Okay, this is my first visit to Viborg this year. I was here, if you remember, last year. I was in 2019. Now, always nice to get back here. It's the city with not a simple destiny, because the city used to belong to Sweden, to Finland, to Russia. So, and like yes, this is still pain in ass. Every time I upload the videos from Viborg, there's many guys are coming who are telling like, get Viborg back to Finland and stuff like that. But dudes, I'm not even the politician, and all those events happened when I was not born yet. You know, now I just state a fact that this is the city on the territory of Russia, and so I just deal with this as a vlogger, streamer, okay? So I don't wanna now mess into the political parts of this, okay? So excuse me, don't even try to write me like, hey, return us back to Finland or something. W, this is a sign of Viborg. The thing is, Viborg in Swedish manner, it's written with not V, but with W. Viborg. In Finnish language, it sounds like Viipuri, and in Russian, Viborg, like this. This is a Russian lettering of Viborg. The town was founded in 1293 and admitted as the town, not just like a castle. It was founded just as a castle. We will see now. There's a castle islands, a small islands where they founded the fortress, and then later the tower, which is called Olaf's Tower, Saint Olaf's Tower. And the town, the status of town, it got only in 1403. Yes, exactly for 3 years before the foundation of St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, 1703. And all that time, it used to belong to Sweden. But in 1710, 7 years after the foundation of St. Petersburg by Peter the Great, Peter the Great never left. That's only in 100 kilometers from St. Petersburg. Here is the far post, you know, such a base of Swedish army, just 100 kilometers from St. Petersburg. Also need to say that back then it was a wartime, so-called Northern War, which has lasted for 21 years, since 1700 to 1721. So yeah, so that's why in 1710, Peter the Great with his army actually captures Vyborg. Yes, so from the points of view of Peter the Great, it definitely was a threat for St. Petersburg. Viborg, okay, 1950s, awesome railway station. You saw how great was inside. How great it was inside. Not less great from outside. I don't know how it looked like back in 1930s. But, well, at least the Stalinist architecture is not the worth what could happen with the architecture of this railway station. Okay, let's go. It's so nice getting back here. Already like for 3 or maybe even 4 years, I'm getting back here. Awesome weather. It's I just already said that plus 5 degrees Celsius. It's sunny, no wind. Good. Vyborg develops pretty much as a tourist destination, because now only for 1 hour 15 minutes you can get from the center of St. Petersburg to the very center, right to the old town of Vyborg. Yes, this is old part of the city. And let me tell you that for only 300 rubles we've got here, 300 rubles. It's actually $4. It's $4. So just for $4 and round trip tickets, $8 only. $8 only. And here, even without a tour group, you can make your own. You can make your own trip. I mean, like just 1 day trip. You can come here, like the suburban trains rides pretty often. So for only 1 hour, so you can come in the morning and to return in the evening. 1 hour 15 minutes. What? Neste petroleum station. Neste, it's a Finnish company. Here is a lot of companies with Finnish investments. the bus station, and KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes, here is KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, and also Finnish burger. Как это называется? Финские-то бургеры.
А?
Как это финская бургеришная называется?
А мы туда ходили?
Finnish burger place. I forgot how it's called. But Hesburger, yes, Hesburger, thank you. Serge Gainsbourg. So the bus station is located right next to railway station. Very good location for the railway station, because you're coming here and immediately can start your walk. Just walk. You don't need taxi. You don't need bus. You just start walking. The historic city center of Vyborg is relatively not that big. It's relatively not that big at all. So like several hours is enough to walk all around here. Look, frigging pigs. Who riding here? Who riding here? Damn. Now there's one of the Soviet hotels, which is called Druzhba, friendship. It looks like multi-level ship, cruise ship, staying on the shore. And there's also some Viking ships. Well, it's more like just, yeah, memorials of Viking ships. Viborg is located on the coast of so-called Vyborg Bay, connected with the Gulf of Finland. It's one of pretty significant ports of Russia here. And you know that actually from here starts the Nord Stream. Yes, the pipeline from here to Germany that is delivering the gas, Russian gas and oil to Europe. Nord Stream. I'm talking about Nord Stream 1, not Nord Stream 2. The Nord Stream is about 1,222 kilometers. Yes, Viking ships. Unfortunately, the sun now shining right into the camera, but I will try to look around. Wow, look. It's strange, but here we see a little bit of ice. Let's say in St. Petersburg there's no ice on the rivers of St. Petersburg already, but here still it is. The main place is here. Everything started from, you see that tower, the St. Olaf's Tower, and Viborg Castle, which is located on so-called Viborg Island, Castle Island. Yeah, Viking ships. Good. Here you're feeling the history. Pretty nice. By the way, today I stream just from YouTube application, so I don't have wide angle lens possibility. But today I need just stability. because, well, no more, no less, but we've made it to a little bit more than 100 kilometers from St. Petersburg, and I don't want the live stream to be interrupted. It's a nice bay. From this bay you can get to the Gulf of Finland and to get to Baltic Sea. Matilda Armonia, love the Viking ships. Thanks. You're welcome. Wow. So this is it. The Soviet hotel. I mean the hotel from Soviet times. It looks like multi-level cruise ship. Дружба. Friendship. A lot of Steven Seagals here. Many Steven Seagals. In a pre-pandemic time, here I often saw the cars with a Finland license plate. Not anymore at the moment, because the border is still closed. But it's not gonna be so soon. I'm sure everything getting back to normal little by little. Okay, now I will walk along the bay and we will go to the main place of Vyborg Castle. Vyborg Castle with St. Olaf's Tower, which is 47 meters tall. And unfortunately, you know, recently they closed it for a global reconstruction. But if you remember my live streams and videos from the previous years, we were lucky to go there. Only land border is closed, air is not. Yeah, but through the air you can bring your Finnish car. So yeah, like maybe Finnish people are hanging out here, but they can't come here by car, and we can see the cars with the Finnish license plates. Wow, a lot of seagulls. I hope there's not gonna be a shit attack. They can actually shit on you now. Look. Wow. So many of them, and they are so close. So many Steven Seagals. Whoa. Hey. Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Yeah, pigeons and Steven Seagals. Okay. By the way, I remember that once in Viborg I ate pretzel. Yes, because Viborg also pretty much known for its pretzels. It's like also was known as pretzel town. It's one of the symbols of the city, pretzel. And I just, you know, I just thrown a little piece of pretzel to to the birds, and there was not any chance for pigeons to be faster than seagulls. And even when pigeons were faster than seagulls, the seagulls were taking off a piece of pretzel from the pigeon, right from the mouth. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to compete with seagulls for pigeons. That was funny. Actually, I know that it's not a good idea to feed the birds, but that pretzel just was not too good. That was kind of dry. Maybe that's because I came in the end of the day, and it was from the very morning, and it became kind of dry. Ну, как тебе нравится возвращаться в Выборг? Do you like getting back to Viborg from time to time? Albina also already not for the first time in Vyborg. I was here like 5, maybe 6 times, as alone, as with Albina, as with Victoria, and even once with Captain Ron.
А, с Робертом?
Да. И мы как-то просто взяли машину и вот поехали в Зеленоградск, Приморск. Сюда заскочили.
Я с вами не ездила.
Не помню, почему не ездила. Playground for kids. Look, also almost no snow here. Only in the parks, under the trees. Where under the trees, like maybe, I don't know, hides the snow from the sun. Another hotel there.
Это тоже отель, да? Welcome.
Да. What a day there. Yes. And in a month it will be even better. Because I think even in 2 weeks here already will be a lot of green leaves. Well, in 3 weeks for sure. Amazing. The architecture here having a really wide range from medieval, like from 15th century. For example, here is officially located the oldest residential house or residential building, the stone residential building in Russia. I will show you. Finishing with the Soviet architecture and the architecture of 21st century. Well, not in the historic city center, those. And the historic city center is like starting from medieval years, like 15th, 16th century, to the Soviet buildings. Mostly Soviet buildings happened here because of a huge aftermath of World War II. That's how the hotel looks from this side, from a distance. They wanted it to look like multi-level cruise ship staying parked to the shore. Hi, Steven. Steven Seagal. By the way, do you know that actually Steven Seagal having Russian passports? Yeah, Steven Seagal loves Russia and hanging out here pretty often. The sculptures in this alley.
Человечек с медведем обнимает.
Yes, like a boy with a cat.
А,
I think it's a cat.
хороший.
David tell us Steven Seagal has dual citizenship, I think. Yes, yes. Now this is definitely a Soviet building. And this hotel, I don't know, it seems like it's called Welcome, where they're playing over the sign of the city, that W. Because Vyborg, in a Swedish manner, it's written through W. Wyborg in all times. Ralph Pongen. Yes, yes, Ralph. The population of Viborg nowadays about 75,000 residents. The economics mostly, it's all about the industries, like of course the ports, also the digging and production of granite. What else? And yeah, just a small business. The service of Nord Stream. Through Vyborg there goes Allegra train, high-speed train from St Petersburg to Helsinki, which is delivering like about for four hours from St Petersburg to the capital of Finland. Also tourism getting developed here. So it's like the hotels, museums, tour guides. St. Olaf Tower closed. Yeah, that's what I was talking about 5 minutes ago. It's closed now for one of the globalist reconstructions, but you can watch the live stream from 2020, my vlogs from 2019, where I was inside there. We were lucky to visit that. So this is a market square. This is a market square here, and an old market. And there's a round tower, an artillery round tower. Now there's the restaurant. But back in like 16th century, it was an artillery tower. The market, the old market, which is still market, built in the very beginning of 20th century, like 1904, Art Nouveau, Northern Modern, Northern Art Nouveau. There's the railway bridge. That's exactly where the train Allegro from St Petersburg to Helsinki ride through.
217 километров отсюда до Хельсинки.
From here to Helsinki is only 217 kilometers. Albina told me. Yes, like from St. Petersburg, it's about 350. And from here to 17, only 217. And to Liepāja-Ranta, the closest, it's only like 50 kilometers to Liepāja-Ranta. That's the town of Liepāja-Ranta. Liepāja-Ranta, people from St. Petersburg loves to go to Liepāja-Ranta because from there you can get connected with a super cheap flights to Europe, like only $18 to, let's say, Bergamo, Italy, on Ryanair, Wizz Air. Yes, 18.
Правильно же я произношу? Лапинранта.
Liepāja-Ranta.
Ладно.
Окей. Пошли, Вик, Альбина, пошли. Okay, the market. Here we are getting to the market square. Such a cobble road. An old style road with a pavement. Рынок, market. Now it's called the Central Market, also known as just an old Viborg market. Северный Modern, Northern Modern, or Northern Art Nouveau. And a market square, an old market square with like 500 years round tower, an old round tower, which is an artillery tower. Now there's the restaurant. But look, you see the windows there? That's the artillery windows, the windows for a weapons. And they were 360. So there wasn't any chance to come close without being noticed. It was a part of the castle ensemble. Market square. I'm not sure what are those tents are about there, because I never saw them before. Not sure what it is. The only thing I know that definitely it's not a tent of homeless people. It's something else. Okay, the markets now, it's a market. I think it's multifunctional markets, as where they sell as just fruits, vegetables, different stuff, clothes. Да, это старый рынок, также известный как старый рынок. Coat of arms of Wilburg here. Look. Was built from 1904 to 1906. I absolutely don't love that here they are changed the original wooden doors to these plastic doors. This is no good. But I think eventually they will return the old style doors here. Yeah, look, even these doors looks much better.
Да, Давай дверь закрывай и на ночь.
Candies. Honey. T-shirts. Groceries. Fruits and vegetables. Meat. Shoes. Souvenirs. Crystal. Gloves, jackets, ATC, shoes, sneakers, dresses. Socks, shampoo, cosmetics, the household cosmetics, groceries, wool sweaters, та дверь даже лучше, чем вот это. Это хоть и новая. Even this a newer one, that wooden door much better than this plastic door, as I said already. Yeah, but in overall, the building is good. Seems like restored, like maybe 10 years ago, maybe even earlier.
Что-то там далеко. Не пошла где-нибудь.
Ладно, сходим.
Кафе.
Okay, let's go. Let's continue walking, and now let's go to Vyborg Castle. We need to continue walking. Michael Bensman, is it your birthday trip today, Sergey? No, my birthday was yesterday. (1906). It's a nice Art Nouveau architecture.
Надо ж как 100 лет назад достроили.
Mostly traffic is not that big in Viborg at all. Many streets here don't even have the traffic lights. Rybalov. That's the store for fishermen.
Вика, это... Ты куртку там сняла, что ли? Закрылась?
Viborg is laid back. Yes. So that's why somebody said here that there's a lot of real estate for sale on listings, starting from like real cheap to super expensive.
Ответы там в контейнере, в этот...
Because it's a laid back place. It's way more laid back.
Руки моют.
And now it's a peak hour. It's 6 o'clock. Almost 6 o'clock. Son of May, man, belated happy birthday. Thank you all for yesterday's wishes. It was great to have you all. Here in the old center of Vyborg, still a lot of stuff to reconstruct, to refresh, but the process is going. Maybe not as fast as we would love to. Yeah. Maybe not as fast as we would love to, but the process is going. Like, look at these awesome, super narrow streets. The narrow street which leads to the clock tower, an old clock tower. And look, this is a great example of the reconstruction. Now that tower got reconstructed, and last year I was there. If you remember, I was getting right on the top of the clock tower. I was inside of mechanism. It's completely restored. It was in a bad shape, now restored. Yeah, maybe not as fast as we would love to, but the process, little by little, it's going. And now they close the St. Olaf's Tower. There, I will show for a global reconstruction inside.
Тут дорога срочно.
Что? Ну, ничего страшного. Michael Milkevich, nice looking town. Yes, it's Viborg, only 75,000. And if talk about this old center, here is no high-rise buildings. So here is now not a huge concentration, not a big concentration of population exactly at this part. But even in a whole city, it's 75,000. Let's say there's more people are living in just one Petrogradsky district in St. Petersburg. I think that one of the biggest things and the most significant things which have to be restored here is the main Vyborg Cathedral, which was here completely destroyed during World War II. But I'm sure eventually it will happen. Eventually it will happen. more of Art Nouveau. Art Nouveau with such a northern flavor.
А ты сейчас куда хочешь? В сторону?
Ну, сейчас я покажу главное место.
Я хотел даже по улочкам.
Сейчас мы там походим по улочкам. Look, it's only 45 minutes since I started this live stream from the inside of railway station, but we're already here. We already next to the main place of Viborg. This is actually what is Viborg. That's what was Viborg all about. It started just from this fortress, Viborg fortress, and Viborg Castle. Nowadays, the only medieval castle in Russia. This is a castle island, a small island, really small island, where the regent of Swedish king, back in those days, in the end of 13th century, founded the fortress here. Torgils Knutsson, the regent of Swedish king. And let's talk about the restoration. I'm eyewitness myself how already like since my very first visits, they restore and restore and restore it. And this is great. Viborg Castle with an Olaf tower. It's the tallest construction here in the old city center, 47 meters. And if you remember my visits in 2020, 2019, I was right there. All the time they have the tours right into the top. And yes, this is amazing, amazing place. When Wilburg, an old Wilburg, like just on your hands. Okay? Unfortunately now, for like a year or maybe two, it will be unavailable to go there because inside of the tower they started like probably the biggest restoration ever.
Знаешь, сколько в этом доме стоит трехкомнатная квартира? 116 квадратов, 16,5 миллионов.
Okay, so Albina now checked the real estate, and let's say she said that 3-room apartment in this residential building right in front of St. Olaf's Tower and Viborg Castle cost 16 million rubles. Сколько это? 16.5 million rubles. Which is like a little bit more than $200,000. $200,000. Yeah, well, we say 3-room apartments. Probably you call it 2-bedroom apartment because here in Russia we never say how many bedrooms apartments. We always just mention total amount of rooms. So when you say like 2-bedroom apartment, we say 3-room apartment. Okay, so this is it. 1293. That's when Torgils Knutsson, the regent of Swedish king back then, came here and founded this fortress. And there's the tower, an old tower named after Saint Olaf. Saint Olaf was the Norwegian king, and he is one of the most respectful saint figures around the Scandinavians. Right in front of the castle, here is the building of an old city hall, and here is of course the monument to Torgils Knutsson. Thorgils Knudsen, actually the founder of Viborg. Back in those days, it was an important point on Baltics for a trading. Here was coming a lot of ships, a lot of merchants. They were selling their stuff. Here is the main museum of Viborg, by the way. In Viborg Castle is located the main museum of Viborg. There you can find all about the history of Viborg, as during the Swedish era, as during the Peter the Great era, as during the Finland era, when it used to belong to Finland, and the newest era. Also, there's the history of Viborg in the years of World War II. And here is the coffee shop, which is called Krendel. Krendel, it's pretzel. I told you before that pretzel, for pretzels, Viborg known already for many years. I mean, maybe even centuries. Pretzels. It even was known as the pretzel town. So yeah, when you will be here, try pretzel. And I think that we will try pretzels too. Thorgils Knudsen. And by the way, you know what's interesting? That here is staying Thorgils Knudsen, and there on the other side, behind the bridge, there's the statue of Peter the Great. So it's like Peter the Great looking at Thorgils Knudsen and vice versa. Look, 1898. Но не здесь, но не здесь. Тогда я ел, что-то мне 2 раза ел, мне не очень понравилось. Awesome architecture. And look, wow, what a frame. The clock tower in between of these two historic buildings. Wow, cool. Yeah. I remember that when I came here for the very first time in 2019 or so, I was lucky when I came here, and here was something like the excursion for the kids, for the school kids. And here they had a show of like Vikings, like the Vikings fight with each other. That was great. And I filmed that. You can check out my old vlog from 2 years or 3 years ago from here. Прекрасно, я считаю. Awesome day. Прекрасно, это прекрасно. Прекрасная архитектура. Well, maybe I'm mistaken, but this used to be a part of an old гостиный двор. Guest yards, like a part of an old market. Yeah, гостиный двор. Watching my videos from St Petersburg, you probably already know that гостиный двор, it's such a really old style malls, the gallery kind of malls. Yeah, back in 17th, 18th centuries, they loved making the markets like that. Unfortunately, the main Gostinny Dvor here was destroyed. Yes, unfortunately, this city suffered too much in the years of World War II. Only if talk about the residential buildings, 500 of only residential buildings were destroyed. Not talking about the enterprises, you know, different memorials. Okay, and now let's take a walk along the amazing, really narrow cobble road streets of Viborg. We visited this place after we saw your last video of Viborg. Yes, that's great. That's great. That's great that in my video I explained to you that this is a great place for only one-day visits. You don't even need to actually waste your money or spend your money on the hotel. You can come early in the morning for only 1 hour 15 minutes for only $4, and then you can leave. And then you can leave in the evening. Only $8 round trip. This is the restaurant or coffee. Linan Katu. Linan Katu. I'm not sure what it means. Maybe it means like coffee. Antique saloon and a coffee shop which is called Torgils. Well, Torgils, of course, it's named after Torgils Knudsen, the founder of this city. Yeah, I love these chilled streets. That's for sure. That's for sure. And with every new year, it's getting better and better. This is a bakery. Hello, bread. HB. Hello, bread. Look, Albina. She's a master of quality filming. HB. Hello, bread. Souvenirs. And by the way, this is the street which called Крепостная, from the words крепость, fortress. And yes, you see, because it starts right from the bridge and next to the castle, Vyborg castle. So it's a fortress street, Крепостная. Okay, Linenkatu Castle Street. Yes, makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. Because as I said, this is Kripasnaya. I said fortress streets. Okay, castle streets. They consider it as a castle. Whoa. That's a clock tower. Прекрасно. Let me show you clock tower. Clock tower restored. Now waiting for the time when this cathedral will be restored. Okay, 6 o'clock. Look, here was the main cathedral, the main Lutheran cathedral of Vyborg. I believe that eventually it will be restored well, at least the talks about it goes all the time. I'm sure that once it was destroyed, just like, I mean, just in 1940s, during the World War II, I'm sure they have a lot of photographs, pictures, and maybe even like the whole architectural sketch about how it looked like, and they will restore it. They will restore it the way it used to be, or like at least almost as it used to be. Let's say the clock tower already restored. Let's keep walking Castle Street, Крепостная улица, Castle Street. The restaurant called Медведь, Bear, Медведь. Лавка вкусностей. It's like mall of tasty things. Old Town beer. Okay. Tap beer here. Cafe, домашняя кухня, homemade kitchen or home kitchen. Чудесата. Yes, this is a very old town. The oldest part. Дары Армении. Gifts of Armenia. Хачапури, лаваш, ламаджо. Another store called Dары Armenia. So like two locations of one store. Black ice. Man's haircut. Okay, it's a barber shop. Hey, I love it when the buildings are having bay windows.
Получается, где-то там старый дом, да, самый?
Ну да, мы еще к нему дойдем.
А?
К нему еще придем мы.
Нет, я говорю,
Мы к нему еще придем. Сейчас давай туда, в ту сторону. А Альбиночка, ты видишь, там ничего нету.
ну можно туда пойти вроде.
Мы туда еще придем. Mama Bear, beautiful buildings. Yes, beautiful. The only bad thing that unfortunately some of them really need the restoration. Eventually it happens, just not as fast as we would love to. Quite lifestyle. Exactly. This is an old city center of a small town. Look, the House of Merchant Guild. Now I know that in this building is located the tourist center office of Viborg. You can get there and you can get all information, all the tourist information, also like free posters, booklets. The House of Merchant Guild, 16th century. Probably too late now. Yes. It's over 6 o'clock. Сейчас выйдем там к порту. Выйдем к порту. The Soviet building. The Soviet residential building. I'm sure on a place where the original old style buildings were destroyed. Here is we're getting to the port, the entrance to the port of Vyborg port, one of the main ports on Baltics. A part of Nord Stream 1, not Nord Stream 2, goes through Vyborg. Chuck C, quiet and lovely, thank you. Yeah, thank you too. Port Vyborg. Port Vyborg. Yes, it's a port. It's a serious port. One of the main ports in Baltics. You see, here even starts the customs control zone. Customs control zone. And this is a border of transport safety. Границы зоны транспортной безопасности. So yeah, starting from there, everything what is there, it's no joke. It's no joke. It's a port. It's a real port. Port Vyborg. Nord Stream. And not only of course, like also just a lot of how to say freights. A lot of freights goes through this port. Here is actually already entrance to or exit to the Gulf of Finland. It's a Vyborg Bay. Vyborg Bay that enters Gulf of Finland, Baltic Sea.
Тут уже квартира 80 квадратов, трешка с видом на... Получается, что это? Надо?
Это Выборгский залив.
Да, 5300.
Угу.
80 квадратов, вот в этом доме 5300.
Okay, so Albina said that скольки?
Трешка 80.
3-room apartments, 80 square meters. And this residential building, the price is 5 million.
5, да.
5 million, so it's like about, I don't know, $80,000.
А двухкомнатная 3 миллиона 140 с чем-то квадратов.
2-room apartment is about $50,000.
Там почему дорогая была, сама локация решает.
Ну, конечно.
16 миллионов.
Ну, тут, видишь, просто надо, допустим, кому-то купить. Может только тот купить, у кого просто есть деньги, кто сюда готов приезжать, просто отдыхать. Потому что, ну, я не знаю, если у тебя нет лишних денег, где-то надо работать.
Летом хорошо здесь, да?
Uh-huh. It's interesting that Vyborg Bay is full of ice. It's full of ice. So the navigation here is not started yet. And this is an awesome examples of a wooden houses, wooden architecture. The only bad thing that, let's say, in most of places here, they changed the original wooden frames to the plastic sheets. Like, look how the plastic sheet looks like, and how are even old but wooden original frames.
Кого-то тоже вид такой хороший.
Mm-hmm. Не знаю, может быть, там ночью, когда начинается что-то грузить,
греметь, да.
может быть, не очень.
Надо. Если бы вот этого всего не было, да?
Okay, it seems like while the navigation on the water is not started yet, they just deliver the freights through the railway. Look. Зайди в Google Maps. There's the Tower of City Hall. Okay, here I'm waiting for the cars to drive through. Погнали. Пошли, 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 быстрее, быстрее, быстрее. Okay, getting back to town. This is a Finnish memorial graveyard. Another ruined building here in Viborg. I believe also waiting for its time to be restored. But here just need to understand that such an object, that's a lot of money, really a lot of money. Oh, look, the whole section of an old wooden house with all the original frames, window frames. That's cool. Look there, where only the new frames, plastic frames, and look starting from here. Wow.
Интересно было бы тоже так в аренду машину взять и по улочкам поснимать, да?
Mm-hmm.
Налево старый дом.
Сейчас я хочу это показать. The tower of the city hall. I guess it's the tower of the new city hall. Because there was the old city hall, where is the monument to Torgils Knudsen. You remember? Okay, and now let me show you the officially the oldest residential building in Russia. 16th century, when I will go there. And people are still living there. Yes, people are still living there. nice old school yards of a wooden house.
Тут сразу такой новенький домик, да, красивый.
Yes, it's a huge mix of different architectural styles, and at the same time ruins from World War II.
Налево.
And the reason, I guess many will wonder, like, but okay, while they are still here, while they just never demolish it. But the thing is, it's probably the used to be the buildings which are under the cultural defense and just waiting for its time to be restored. And it's gonna take as much time as it will be needed. Мне кажется, не здесь. Вот здесь надо было. Мы вот в тупике. Вот отсюда.
Да?
Ну.
А, да, и сейчас налево.
Да. For example, I believe it used to be somebody's merchant house. It looks like a typical merchant house of the beginning of 20th century, like two-story merchant house where on the second floor the merchant and his family, he lived himself, so it was a residential part. On a first floor, they had a mall or the store or how to say, like a craft shop. And so look, here is such a situation that from one side there is just no money exactly for this building now, because maybe there's like another priorities, more priority buildings or something to restore in the city. In the same time, they can't demolish it. So, and I think it's good. It's good. Let us better wait for its time to be restored. Then it will be just demolished, and here will appear just a newly built building, which will not have any connection with the history. Okay, so officially the oldest building in Russia. This is it, where people are still living and feeling pretty good, because I saw the video from one guy who filmed inside. You see, there's satellite dish, there's unfortunately the new windows. I mean, there's nothing bad in the new windows if that's the windows which are completely according to the concepts. But I think that people mostly prefer just the plastic windows because they are cheap. They are way cheaper than if you will order a wooden frame. wooden frame buildings. So 16th century. Like, look, the original wooden frames, or maybe not original, but it is like an old school wooden frames, looks way better. Unfortunately, here the window, they just removed it all. Mama Bear, thank you. It's interesting that the owners of the building never turned into the museum. I think that they could charge people for going inside and make money. It seems like only 2 apartments here, because you see the door number 1, which, yes, yeah, it's only 2 apartment building. So the one host is here in this part, another host living in this part. Крепостная 13А. Castle Streets 13A. So you can pin it in your map, but even in Google, it's marked as the oldest residential building in Russia. I like Wilburg. I think when the Russian government finally will start investing more and more money into the restoration, it will look just прекрасно. Vyborg, it's definitely one of the treasures. One of the treasures. Okay, waiting for Albina to continue. Albina filming her own stories. What exactly is that location? Krepostnaya Street, 13A. But just in Google, just write, even in English, oldest house in Russia, and you will find it. It's pinned in, it's marked in Google Maps. Тут 2 квартиры всего.
Нет, в соседнем доме.
А, ну это да. Здесь многоквартирный дом. О, hello, dog.
Там же трамвайчик, да?
Давай. Давай туда. Сейчас пройдемся.
Вот это, видишь, покрасили здание. Реконструкция.
Like, look at this building which went through the reconstruction. Looks pretty good now. And even the frame seems like, even though it's plastic, but however, at least stylized for a woods. Let me check if it's wood or it's a plastic stylized for a woods. Yes, it's a plastic, but at least looks like a woods. So as I told you, little by little, but the process is going. This awesome building is waiting for its hour. I hope to travel via Vyborg to St. Petersburg as soon as possible. Yeah, soon. But look, probably here starts, they are beginning something. Look, the scaffoldings. Wow, it will be nice to get back here in a year and to see what is done. Since 1912, here in Viborg was the tram rails, and it is existed until 1957. In 1957, it was closed. The trams were closed because actually it turned to be not profitable. Even in conditions of a planned economy. In Soviet Union there was a planned economy, but yeah, probably not many people used the trams. And also, as I wrote, as I read, they wrote that also once here is a narrow street, it was making the problems for the cars and public transportation other than trams, maybe the buses. Yes, here is really, you see, really narrow streets. Imagine there also was the tram line, and Yeah, so they decided that it makes sense to close it. However, they remember about those days when here was the tram, and now this is like a monument. At the same time, this is a coffee shop. Now, these parts of the old town of Viborg is mostly developed in Peter the Great times, already after 1710. Because you remember 1710, that's the year when Peter the Great captured Vyborg, and Vyborg became part of Russian Empire. So here is Peter and Paul Church. Yes, this is exactly the same name of the church as the church in Peter and Paul Fortress in St Petersburg. And there's Transfiguration Cathedral. There it is. It's Viborg Palace, the movie theater of Viborg. Now here is the movie theater and the place for a festival of Russian movies. It's called the Window to Europe. The festival called Window to Europe. Hey, but I'm not sure if here is still the movie theater because it tells restaurant Jasmine restaurants. Yeah, it's sad if there is no movie theater anymore. Transfiguration Cathedral, and all of these buildings around, that's definitely a bright examples of so-called Peter's classicism. The classicism of exactly the period of Peter the Great, 18th century. Alvina making her own videos. Oh. It is beating every 15 minutes, it seems, because now the time is 6:45. Every 15 minutes, it seems. Albinska, come on. Will she start a channel? No, I think that she's filming just for her stories and Instagram. It's just mostly for herself. The youth of Viborg. Okay, Peter and Paul Church. Not as big as inside of the Peter and Paul Fortress in St. Petersburg, but the same architectural style. The fountain. The fountain with such a stone bear. By the way, this fountain also was reconstructed, restored. And this is how we came again to Market Square and to the round building, round artillery building. Mm-hmm. 500 years already staying here. Once again, if you just came, let me explain what it is. That's the completely round building. It used to be the artillery tower. You see those windows? Yeah, those windows for the artillery weapons. Oh, look. You remember I told you about the bridge, that this is a railway bridge? So it is. It's also a part of exactly that railway that goes to Helsinki. Allegro firm train. The Allegro firm train, which is only for 4 hours, delivers you from St. Petersburg to Helsinki, the capital of Finland. Now here is the restaurant. There's an old market that we have visited today. And I'm still not sure what those tents are about here. I never saw them before. Something tells me that this is a former bank building. Now here is the bar. Let's find out if they can make us a coffee to go. Okay, it's closed now. Okay, it's closed. But we will find another place. The restaurant. I'd like to visit it one day. Not now, because today it's just a walking tour. It takes only 3 hours, 28 minutes. Okay, so even less. Yes, 3:28 from St Petersburg to Helsinki. It's great. It's pretty great, I think. Okay, it seems like just the shelves with the groceries, maybe fruits and vegetables. Ну да. Okay, just trading tents. Here is a nice bench with the sculptures of knights. Farmers markets. Yes, it seems like these knights are probably looking for a heart of this lady.
Yes, farmers market. Там один спрашивает, я других. Я помню, ты нас тут даже фотографировался.
Mm-hmm. One of the parks here, it's called Esplanada. In English, I guess Esplanade. It goes along the avenue, which is called now Lenin Avenue, Проспект Ленина. Wow, I'm surprised. Still a lot of snow in the park.
Это получается у тебя зелененький там.
So it seems like Vyborg is a little bit colder. A little bit colder than St Petersburg.
Спонсорство получается зеленое, да?
А, да,
Когда люди
да. William Kennedy,
welcome.
welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Explanada is in Spanish. Matilda. Explanada. Yes, such a park. Such a park here. Just in 2-3 weeks from now, everything will be green. Everything. I remember how it was in the summer. The sunset is coming, but I think we have an hour yet. We have an hour yet to walk during the daylight.
Это улица Ленина же, да?
Проспект Ленина.
Спасибо. Какой?
Проспект Ленина.
Я у тебя спрашивала, девушка подумала, что ты у меня.
Это она поняла, что ты у меня просто сказала. Art Nouveau, Joshua Sampson. Dudes, welcome to the club. О, царь Пышка. Look, they have Pышкis here as well. Пышки. Царь Пышка. Awesome.
Наверху смотри, это ж кто? Волк? Медведь? Медведь.
Львы, по-моему, нет?
Нет, медведь. Медведь.
А вот с этой стороны.
Вот видишь, видно отчетливо. Правее возьми.
The bears. Look,
Вот, правее.
the bears.
Вот смотри, правее тоже на балконе медведь видно.
I love all these pre-revolutionary buildings because they have so many details.
Вон, видишь, сбоку.
Да,
Правее.
я вижу.
Белки.
Great. Great.
Я сейчас вам скажу, сколько здесь стоит квартира. Вот в этом доме двухкомнатная, 64 квадрата, 6100.
So Albina checked out the price of the real estate here. 2-room apartment, 6,100,000 rubles.
Да.
Which is like about $70,000, right? Где-то 70 тысяч, да? Долларов.
Ну смотри,
600
100
на
делим на
75.
78. А, 75?
Ну, 76.
75?
Ну, 76, давай 76.
76. Ну, 80 тысяч долларов.
Okay, $80,000.
Это one bedroom.
1 bedroom or 2-room
60
apartment,
квадратов.
60 square meters. Yeah, I think next time here I need to film with prism, because here I definitely need a wide angle lens. Look, this is what we would call constructivism, but in Finland it's called functionalism. It's functionalism, which have so much in common with constructivism. It's also functionalism from the words function. It's all about being maximally functional. When you use like when every part of the building is useful, having a function, functionalism. And now, in several minutes from now, we will see, I think, the most beautiful building in a style of functionalism here in Viborg. It's the library, the main library of Viborg, also known as Alvar Aalto. Alvar Aalto Library. Alvar Aalto, he was like the father of functionalism in architecture. The restaurant Espila. Hey, tell me what is Espila means. Espila. Espila. Coffee and ice cream. And now this building to me looks like a lot of like I used to see in New York. 4 years ago it happened for me to be in New York, and I saw there a lot of buildings like this. And like that. You remember I told you that traffic here always low as in the many intersections. Here is no even the traffic lights. So this is it. You see? No traffic lights. Just the rule of the right hand. If the car is from the right of you, you have to yield. So is this the man with the bear? It seems like the man with the bear. Okay. Yes, this is a bear. So Albina decided to buy coffee. Do I understand it's right? Мне латте, латте. Мне латте большой. I will step aside a little bit more distant from the music, because I don't want getting copyright claims. Okay, 2 minutes break for a coffee. I'm waiting for coffee. Albina buying coffee. The place called Angels. I believe I can fly. Okay. So the local time 7:07. At 8:40 we have our train back for only 1 hour 15 minutes. That's how we will get back to St. Petersburg. There also one train, it's like 7:40, but it makes no sense. That's one of those trains that goes for 2 hours 11 minutes, so 1 hour longer. This is probably like there's probably two routes. The one is like express train, which makes only several stops. Another train stops everywhere, so that's why it takes a whole hour longer. I mean, I better will hanging out here for 1 more hour instead of like sitting in a train for 1 more hour. It's not that often I'm coming here to Viborg, to this awesome city, awesome town. How much was the train ride? 300 rubles, $4, $4. That's what I'm talking to you about. $4 for only $8. You can make a round trip, and you can make only 1 day travel. Vyborg is absolutely great for 1 day travel. Like, let's say you can get to the suburban train at 9 o'clock. Already at 10 you will be here, or maybe 8 o'clock. At 9 you will be here, and just walk all around. You don't need the hotel. So all you need is just like $8 for round trip tickets, and like maybe, I don't know, maybe $20-30 for the restaurants. You know, maybe like twice to go to the restaurant per person. But who knows, maybe you will want to go to McDonald's, and then you will need just like $10. Because in McDonald's you can buy combo for only 300 rubles, which is $4 or $5, and that's it. So Viborg, that's why tourism to Viborg develops big time, because it's easy to come here. Yeah, no McDonald's. Yeah, here is enough of restaurants, nice restaurants. I remember I went to one of the restaurants here. Okay, Альбиночка. Pizza 22 cm in Viborg? No. How many people live in Viborg? About 75,000. Вот это у меня убери. Strobe. I hate strobes. И вообще выкинь вон туда, вон. Туда вон, выкинь. Вон. Баскет. Давайте let's not waste the time. The sun goes down, so no time to lose, because there is the sunset. Okay, now, as I said, as I promised, we will see, in my opinion, the best building in a style of a functionalism designed by a Finnish architect, Alvar Aalto. He's like one of the fathers of functionalism in the architecture. There it is. I also have a whole vlog from the inside. It's great. It's great. Though not everybody loves functionalism. Not everybody loves functionalism. I mean, I used to hear the opinion from some Finnish people that unfortunately Alvar also, like in their opinion, constructed a lot of this not as artistic buildings as people in Finland used to have in before the functionalism, before 1930s. Functionalism is actually 1930s. Yes, it's some kind of like Finnish constructivism. In the moments when in 1920s, 1930s, in Soviet Union we had constructivism. Here was the functionalism. In Finland was the functionalism. Look, there's the monument to Moose. Alvar Aalto Library, the central library of Viborg. I will show you now closer, but at first the moose, okay? Okay, Alvar Aalto Library. In other words, the library names after its architect, Alvar Aalto, the functionalism. It was in a bad shape. It was in a very bad shape. But if I remember it well, like in about 2013, 2015, they are reconstructed it. So it was so painstakingly reconstructed. In the reconstruction participated the best, restorators as of Finland, as of Russia. And they did a great job. Not to mention how much money was spent for the reconstruction. This is definitely a great example of functionalism. Even from the words functionalism, you can understand that it's all about being functional. Here they in a functionalism, the architects trying to use all space to be useful. So is here. Like for example, here is the hall, acoustic hall. You see here is maximum of here is a huge windows for maximum of lights to go there. And you know what they have in not here but in the reading hall, what they have on a ceiling. They have such how to say holes, manholes, and that manhole having a how to say the glass, such a glass. I'm not sure how to say this in English, but when the natural daylight goes through that glass, so it turns to be how to say dissolved, and it's really a so soft light. It's getting into the reading hall. Check out my vlog just from this library. You will see it's great. Not to mention everything they're decorated in the woods. There's such amazing wooden railings. Wow, it's cool. It's cool, and all the space there is in a usage. All the space, and here in this auditorium, here the ceilings are wooden ceilings which are made like a wave, the waveform wooden ceilings. That's for a better acoustics. So that's why the local music schools are all the time making the concerts. I was an eyewitness of two of such a concerts. I think that they are making them all the time. What a great audience. People are coming. There's a lot of natural daylight coming into the audience right here, and there's a nice sound. Here is an absolutely amazing entrance group. Yeah. I think the restorators' work was amazing. Yeah, it was pricey. But it made sense. So here in Russia and Finland invested the money. Прекрасно. Okay, unfortunately works until 6. But let's check. Maybe at least in a hall they will allow to film. Здравствуйте. Я буквально вот это покажу, ладно? Сейчас через 20 секунд ухожу. Тут у меня просто 200 зрителей. Не, нормально. А можно вот буквально только не заходя покажу акустический зал? 10 секунд. Окей, спасибо, thank you, спасибо. That's what I told you about. Look, maximum of daylight, and look at that waveform wooden ceiling. So that's for a better acoustics, and their grand piano. Okay. Большое спасибо. Все, пошли, Альбинчик. Спасибо. До свидания. Да. Yeah, thanks to that lady that she gave me like 10 seconds to show that. But however, let me tell you that I have a vlog just from Alvar Aalto library. You can check it out. Better, of course, after this live stream. Because it would be great if now you will stay with this stream and we'll watch that Aalto library vlog later. Прекрасно. So as I said, in my opinion, here it's now the best building in a style of functionalism. Alvar Aalto. And there is the Red Square. Yes, the Red Square like in Moscow. But yeah, doesn't look like in Moscow. But still, here it's called Red Square. And who you think there? Whose statue there on the Red Square? Lenin on the Red Square. Yes, it's same like Lenin on the Red Square in Moscow. But the thing is, on a Red Square in Moscow, Lenin is not. There's not a statue of Lenin, but there's real Lenin. Yes, the real Lenin corpse in a mausoleum right in the center of the Red Square. Alvar Aalto Library. Yeah, if you love architecture, definitely read about it. It's great. It's great. I'm on Hotstar. Thank you for the link. But dudes, you better check out that later. Now save it and watch later. Anyway, I'm gonna finish soon because the sunset is coming. It's actually already started. The sun goes down. This is definitely some of really new buildings. Пошли, Альбинушка. The Red Square. The Red Square goes from Russian word красный. Красный means красивый, like красный, red. But in Russian language, красный, it having the roots with красивый, beautiful. So the Red Square is actually like beautiful square. Pigeons. By the way, now I recalled that I already noticed before that here is a lot of pigeons. And they are probably shitting on the head of Lenin. Let's check it out now. I think they are shitting. They are shitting on his head. What you think? Sergey, are you going to show us the train station? I started with the train station, being inside of it. So already done. Meanwhile, I need to connect the charger. Okay, Lenin. Yeah, it seems like I see some shit on the statue, but not that much. Not as much as I thought it will be. Lenin. 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 Я ленинцем стать, настоящим хочу, чтоб смело смотреть мне в глаза Ильичу. Товарищи, товарищи, необходимо бороться за права трудящихся, за права пролетариата. Ну что, пойдемте дальше? Окей, let's keep walking. Ага. Look, little лента, grocery supermarket.
Когда мы приезжали, здесь была пятерочка, насколько я помню.
Not as the one we used to in St Petersburg. Usually it's a huge hypermarket, like a Walmart style hypermarket. Here it's more like just a standard supermarket. Yeah, but this city is not that big. 75,000. The sun goes down. Yep. Another 20 minutes and that's it. Here is the rentals of the electric cars for the kids. David, you're so right.
Охота, Сереж. Понял, да?
Угу.
Того. Ой, мой
Погнали.
наушник.
Погнали.
Мы обратно на чем?
На поезде.
А во сколько?
Но уже через час.
А сейчас мы куда?
Сейчас еще прогуляемся маленько.
Это туалет.
Выборг. Our train in an hour from now. So little by little, already we're walking to the side of the railway station. I love Vyborg. Always with a great pleasure getting back here. Alvar Aalto. Look how even the stairway made here. Like the stairway on a minimalist possible square next to a huge window. Again, for maximum of daylight coming here. Does Albina like Viborg? Do you like Viborg?
Yes.
She said yes. Well, she is not for the first time here as well. And yes, as soon as I told her today that, hey, let's go to Viborg, she said, yes, wow, oh, yes, come on, come on. The fountains are not started yet, not in St. Petersburg, not in Viborg. Usually it's the end of April. The square of Wilburg regiments. It's right behind the Alvar Aalto library. It's in memory of the residents of a bar's residents of Viborg. Oh, yeah. I almost fell off.
да. Много земли.
The House of Governor. As far as I know now, here are the deputies. That's the office of the deputies of Viborg. The authority kind in the city of Viborg, it's the Council of Deputies. Here is 20 deputies which are getting elected for 5 years. A former governor house. And the administration of this city. The building of the administration of this city. And that's the building of the post office, Vyborg post office. Yeah, they have a nice post office building, but you know what? I once got there and I was disappointed that they hadn't any postcards with the images of Vyborg. Damn, I think that marketing department works here pretty bad. I mean, like, many people will want to buy the postcards with Viborg, with the panoramas of Viborg, the sights of Viborg, but they don't have it. I mean, they have just a normal postcards, but not the postcards with the images of Viborg. Can you imagine that? I'm not sure what it is, but looks like another government building. Or maybe the theater. Ты можешь посмотреть, что это? In Wilburg, I'm not as good as in St Petersburg. Still don't know all the buildings. Ah, okay, so this is a Palace of Culture. Yes. I was close. I said this is a government building or the theater. So this is like the theater. It's the Palace of Culture. The City Palace of Culture. Прекрасно. Прекрасно. Now from here taking a course to the railway station. Ну, можно уже двигаться.
Вокзала.
Да. Там и есть то, что тебе нужно.
Сереж, там грязно.
Угу. А отсюда вдоль вот тех вот зданий. Community, like, shares and subscribes. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Nice to see you enjoying Viborg. The town founded in 1293 got a status of the town in 1403. The town with not a simple destiny. At first it was a Swedish town, then was captured by Peter the Great in 1710. Then it was given to Finland and then returned to Russia, the Soviet Union again. Kota Time Cafe. Okay, the cat's time coffee. Okay. So this is a time coffee with cats. Nice. Sorry, but we can't see nothing. The camera is so blurry. It's not the camera is so blurry. It's your connection so low. You need to change settings to 720p. And look, there's in front of us, in the end, that's the railway station. That's how we finally getting back to the railway station. I streamed for 2 hours 42 minutes already. And you see, for less than 3 hours, with a slow walk, we went through like the biggest parts of the old city center of Viborg. So it's pretty comfortable. It's pretty comfortable town for a one-day trip. Что?
Сколько минут у нас?
50 минут. Amazing place for a one-day trip when you will be in St Petersburg.
Кстати, как раз вроде Евразии есть, можно туда зайти. Чай попить. Может, 50 минут.
Ну да.
Заодно сходить.
Нет, все-таки надо зайти туда и там сказать пока. That's funny. That's funny. Yes, this is a too long traffic light for such a small town. That's, by the way, what I never loved in Pskov, the town of Pskov.
Да?
Another relatively small town with an amazing city center and such a long traffic lights. But I don't know, maybe that's okay for the people who got used to live in a small town where it's more quiet way of life, more quiet way of like being. The town where people never hurry anywhere.
Я... Давай я вот сюда зайду, ты дальше. Я тебя питание.
Не, давай все-таки зайдем.
Нет,
Я обращаюсь.
Вот так хорошо.
The sunset. It was a great sunny day, no wind, and pretty warm. По ссылке со мной сходим, там же полет сходишь.
Почему?
Идем. Надо просто вместе пойдем. Мне есть разница. This is it. Выборг. Выборг railway station. The original old railway station was destroyed in the years of World War II. Now here is 1950s style so-called Stalinist empire architecture. Which is not bad. From here now, we will get back to St. Petersburg for only 1 hour, 15 minutes. It will bring us back home to Petersburg. Viborg. When you will get off the railway station, first what you will see, this sign, W. That's the sign of Viborg. Why W? Because initially it was a Swedish town. And in Swedish language, Vyborg written with W, not with V. Okay, nice Stalinist empire railway station. So 1950s. It's awesome. Okay. Thanks to Viborg for being so nice today. Nice weather. It was a great walk. Nice weather, the sun, no wind. Thanks to Viborg. Okay, and due to numerous requests, let me show you inside of the station again. It's pretty great there. Сейчас зайдем.
По лужам.
Я-то перешагнул. Опа. My favorite kind of Soviet heavy, tall wooden doors. Yep. Будь здорова. Ну да.
Рюкзак тоже сюда, да? А, так, с собой?
An amazing Stalinist neoclassicism architecture. Okay, dudes, thank you for watching today, all the way from Vyborg, Leningrad Region, 120, 130 kilometers from St. Petersburg. Big time. I think this is a great place to finish this live stream today. Okay, Albino already purchased the tickets back to St. Petersburg, and this is where I'm gonna tell you bye. Bye for today. But stay tuned and keep watching, because this is Baklikov Live. And IRL, in real life, live streams every day on the widest variety of topics. See you. Alvina, say bye.
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 Всем пока.
Bye. Пока. In the end, traditional panorama.
До свидания.
Yeah, скажи до свидания.
До свидания.
До свидания. Okay, Scott Wheeler, Brian Holland, Barry Breen, Frank G.S., Angelic Fire, Edgar Irmak, Chess Brown, Serge Gainsbourg, Shirley Farthing, Jim Stegall, Neil McDonald, Goodbye Blue Sky, Ralph Rosa, Felix, Carly Marks Koskinen, Phil Martinez, Rishabh Sethi, Great Gatsby, Michael Milkevich, Susan Nege, Ralph Palmgren, Robert DeVos, Peekaboo, Romantics 313, Sultan 97400, Tonya Hodas, Elina Karimova, Felix, Shirley Farthing, Frania Bezunarti, Babu SKF, thank you. Thank you for super sticker. J.I. Lewis, thank you, friend. See you all. From Vyborg, Leningrad Region, with love.